So I guess just like a first check-in, like how's it going using them?
Mhm.
Like I yesterday did the mini lesson and I connected the iPad to the projector
Oh.
and I showed them how to do it and I modeled it. So
Uh-huh.
that was good because like you said, some of the low kids had trouble matching the picture to the word by dragging the little hook.
Mhm.
So I
Right.
showed them how to do it
Mhm.
and I think it'll be better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The only thing I don't like about it is that they can hover over the wrong answer and it doesn't click in, and then they know that the others is the answer.
Oh, interesting.
You know why? Because I think I've tried to hit the arrow and it doesn't do any, like how
You have to
just
really
had
just,
that?
sometimes you have to be really patient because it's
Right.
almost like in a frozen mode.
Okay.
That's gotta be what it is.
So I think it might be the app itself. So are we
Yeah.
ready to move on to a new
Okay.
app?
Yeah, that we can. All right. So this protocol that we're going to do is called the Collaborative Assessment Conference Protocol. So basically, what we're going to do is similar to the ones we've done before, where first we're going to each of us will share the results of. We'll say,
Kids.
you want to start with the low kids first? So we'll start with the low kids and we'll just share it. And then nobody else will comment or say anything. We'll just let everybody share. And then as the participants, we'll just silently examine and just take some mental notes. And then we'll move on to describing what we see.
Okay.
And then we'll raise some questions. And then we can kind of just reflect on that. And we'll do that for each set of kids. So let's pull up our lows.
And I had Isabella, and she did fine on some of the letters that had really distinctive sounds, but she had trouble with the B and the N sound, which I thought was odd, because those are two letters that we've worked extensively with her on. But she had 20 out of 25, where she just really had a hard time deciphering the sounds of the words. Part of it being that she didn't recognize it as a B all the time, that sometimes she recognized it as a D, and so she was unable to do that.
Okay. How about yours?
I have Kaylin, who actually did really, really well.
Wow, look at all the swords.
Yeah, he did all, like, quite a few of the just the two beginning sounds that he got them all correct. When he got to fan and hat, there were 2 or 3 that he missed. And the same with leg and kite. I guess it's just, I know K, which sounds crazy, it's his first letter of his name, but he has trouble with K and C. And C and S. I think it's because they both have those two sounds, you know, all those letters, so I understand that one. I'm not really sure of the fan and hat, why he had a hard time with that. I don't know. Yeah. But other than that, I mean, he did, even like some of like the QU sound, he got them all. So it really was helpful to see that.
Okay. So now, moving into kind of describing what we see. What do you see, or what are we not seeing, if anything, from this
Just with the
data?
low?
Yeah, just
Okay.
from what we see here. Are we seeing anything that's helpful?
I mean, from Caitlin, I would say he's ready to move on.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, like he's got it.
Or at
You know,
least
there's
put
only
him-
one more sorties to do for that.
True.
Or the hard, yes, exactly, the hard level.
Yeah, and I see from Isabella the same problem she's having in the classroom. She had problems here as well with the B and the D reversals, and then not knowing the sounds. She doesn't really know any of her sounds, so she was big at hovering over. And this, you know, when I made her say the sound, she didn't have any idea.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess when I see the same thing with Owen, he definitely does not know all his letters, so until he masters like 100%, he definitely needs to keep working on that. So, all right. Any questions that are raised from this? I guess not, we kind of talked about, answered our questions and things. All right, and then I guess just some speculation, which we kind of speculated on what these students are working on, and what we speculated that they're hovering, which could be a problem. And, kind of reflecting on this app, where we want to go moving forward. guess we like the app, so we'll
Yeah.
just keep using it and
Mhm.
hoping the technology works with it.
Yes.
And we can always, in a couple weeks, like revisit and see how it's going with them.
Yeah.
And, yeah, and go from there.
I do like it rather than giving them cutting and pasting, because I
Yeah.
think that just takes so much time.
And they inevitably lose parts of it,
Right, yeah.
So
no matter
hoping
what you do.
I'm hoping it'll show up on the next Wawa for those higher kids. The art controlled and the blends and the
Mhm.
digraphs and the
Mhm.
vowel patterns.
All right, thank you for sharing that app with us, Dee. This is
Yeah.
definitely changing the way, at least we do word study.
Yeah.
It makes it very easy to differentiate instruction.
I know it does.
So, and then this has the upgrade of the app. I wish-
So in terms of where we want to go next, what we want to plan for next meeting, completely up to you guys. We could bring more apps. We could try one of the two you and I
Yeah.
found. We
Mhm.
could even kind of set up a little schedule where we can peer observe each other, maybe introducing an app or how we're using the apps in the classroom. Look at data on RAS kids. So there's like lots of different directions we can go in.
I mean, just a thought off the top of my head, I would like to try like the Read and Raven
Mhm.
app,
Mhm.
unless everyone wants to do something else.
Yeah. What are you thinking, Amy?
I think that's a good idea. We have 3 that we picked out, and why don't we
Mhm.
look at each of them in the same lights that we've looked at this one?
Okay.
Right.
And then we can make some judgments, because just by going through that, we're setting up a way to look at an app.
Yeah.
And so each time we'll learn a little bit more from ourselves, how it goes.
Should we look for anything in particular?
Oh.
Like,
I was just thinking real quick too, are we just doing the 3 kids first to start out again? Like that, 3
We
different
could-
kids, it can be whatever.
should we do that?
That's fine. Yeah,
Sure.
it works for me, whatever you need.
Okay.
Because there's only so many hours in a day that they can be on the
exactly.
iPad.
Yeah,
Plus, we're already
exactly.
trying this other app.
And we want to keep the other one going and then add this one in too,
Correct.
so.
Yeah.
So we'll take a little bit of
Okay.
time, just do 3 kids.
I was gonna say, this might be better with our low kids.
It
And
definitely
yeah,
is.
and to
we're-
take our
okay.
low kids right now and
Let's
put
do
those
that.
on that. And then
Yeah.
keep the other ones going, because I don't want to lose the word sorts with the upper kids, but they,
Yeah.
and they don't need to match
They don't
letters.
need this.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's a good idea.
So if we just put
Okay.
that really low group,